This is your family's first and most important line of defense against Mother Nature. When she strikes, make sure you call the people that I trust, my family and friends at Exterior Home Solutions.
Alongside Brent Hubbs, I'm Austin Price for the Exterior Home Solutions 2-minute drill on this Saturday. And the biggest takeaway from listening to Glenn Ellerby and the offensive line, for me, a lot of people will talk about Ellerby's comments.
Sure.
I'm going to go with Lance Hurd saying he played last year at best at 75% healthy, and that, you know, he got hurt again in the Florida game, but because he had missed that time back in September, he did not feel like he could miss anymore, and he gutted through it and pushed through it. And I think that's a unknown that probably most people didn't know, that, you know, probably gives them a better feel for that kid.
Well, I mean, look, I mean, the notion was that he mailed it in at Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
And didn't go. And so the thought process was that, you know, he didn't want to play, he didn't want to push. His people were telling him not to push and all these other things. He clearly did not play 100%. And I think that to add to that takeaway, it was the honesty of Glenn Ellerby today talking about, he was honest in everybody he talked about, but when we talked about Hurd, about how far he's come in wanting to learn the game and the idea that he wants to be elite, noting he's still got a ways to go with some fundamental things, but talk about how much he is trying to learn everything offensively from a holistic viewpoint, not just what am I supposed to do myself this play, and that's the only thing I worry about.
Yeah, he talked about wanting to know the route tree for plays, because he's like, well, I mean, if it's something that's shallow, I know I don't have to block as long. If I know it's something further down the field, I've got to do my part to make sure the quarterback has time. Like, I mean, every play is not as simple as just go block. I mean, like,
Right.
you know, he knows that he's got to be even better on plays that are designed to go further down the field. Elsewhere, it's pretty clear Glenn Ellerby likes his transfers, Wendell Moy and Sam Pendleton.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. Said they fit in perfectly with what they're looking to do. Really praise Pendleton's leadership ability and acknowledge that Moy's been better than what he thought from a mental standpoint, and knew he had a twitch about him.
Best note taker.
Yes, he's the best note taker, and really likes the maturity I think that those two guys have brought to the room for him. What
What other takeaways you got?
I go back to the rawness. I mean, this is a guy, and I like Glenn Ellerby, but I mean, everybody was great the last 4 years, right? I mean, it's this guy, the third team, he was ready to go, and we think we're great here and there. I thought he was as candid as he's ever been. Talked about Larry Johnson, been solid, not been great, expected him to be great, says he's been solid. David Sanders getting better, still has a ways to go. I think it's pretty clear he likes where David Sanders is going and what's happening there. Says Satterwhite's done some good things, but got to clean some things up as well. I just thought he was pretty honest about where he's at with his group. He likes his group, but notes that, you know, they got a long ways to go between now and the start, which is a little bit different than everything was roses and sunshine, which has kind of been with him since he's been here.
Well, we know it's never roses and sunshine with you. If anything, it is like the Badlands from the movie The Lion King. He is Brent Hubbs. I'm Austin Price. Tennessee will return to the practice field for a scrimmage, their first scrimmage of spring. That coming up on Monday night. We'll talk to you over the general's quarters.